Oh, I'm from around here, Murraysville.
You're from where?
Murraysville.
Murraysville? DC. I went to school in DC.
Really, where?
American University.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
My second pick.
Yeah, but you know when I attended there? 74, 73, 74, 75.
Yeah.
That's
From
right.
Cleveland.
You're from Cleveland. It's pretty close to here.
Yeah, it's semi-close.
Yeah, you're the closest though.
Yeah.
So what are your names? I'm Mitch, by the way.
I'm Brandon.
And that's Pat.
It's me.
Randy?
Brandon. I'm Nate.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
I'm 70. I don't have great
It's all
hearing.
good. It's all good.
What is it? Henry. Okay. Cool.
Hey, now we might put, is it okay if we put my username?
Yeah.
Maybe. We might not.
You just have to give us your username. And we can
Yeah, we need to.
Sure. Well, he was it Easy Rider or something is what he puts it under. But yeah. So just wondering, like, what are you all taking in school?
I'm doing engineering.
Engineering?
Yeah.
Wait, you said undecided?
Yeah.
So you might change. What about you?
I'm gonna do computer science.
Computer science.
And I'm doing economics.
So how you've been in school for how many weeks?
Less
Literally,
than one.
Yeah.
Less than one.
This is our first week.
Welcome
Right?
week.
So we're just having.
We haven't taken any classes yet.
So how did you meet?
Actually,
he's friends with my roommate,
yes.
and then we met him at like this event, and then we just invited him because we want. He's like, well, he knows the area well, so he took.
Oh, see, they're just using you because you know the area. I got you.
He was like it.
No, okay. But you know, Squirrel Hill's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now you say you've been here for less than a week. Have you done a lot of like walking back and forth in Squirrel Hill?
This is my first time at Squirrel Hill.
Yeah. I go there like every week.
Really? So you used to come a lot? No, you said you were in Murraysville?
Yeah.
Murraysville, how far is it from here?
No traffic, 25 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm Butler. You know Butler? I'm from New York. I live in Butler because that's where my wife's from. You know, happy wife, happy life. But I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I've been out here for 20 years now.
My grandfather's from the Bronx.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's Jewish too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Now, who's Jewish in this crowd?
I'm Jewish.
You're the Jew here.
Yeah.
You're the Jew. I'm the Jew. So you're not. You know, we're still outnumbered here, but that's okay. That's interesting.
We still love, we love.
You do love Jews? Okay, that's nice to know you love Jews. I don't know I don't know who you're speaking for. Are you speaking for everybody in the world when you say that? We all love Jews?
I'm saying we're not anti-Semitic. I'm speaking for all of us.
Okay, all of us? I have no idea what he's talking about. Just so you know, a lot of the times he doesn't know what he's talking
You probably don't even hear me because he got the microphone.
about. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot I got the microphone here.
So what are you guys doing interviews for?
Well, first, I'll tell you what I do. I work for an organization. Yeah, even though I'm Jewish, I work for an organization called, I can't get this off of me. Oh, yeah, CWI. I know what I work for. Thank you. I was just trying to get this off. I work for CWI, which is called Christian Witness to Israel. And what I've been doing for the last about 8 years of my life, and I started doing it right after the Tree of Life. You probably know about that, right? Have you guys gone there yet?
I know this.
You know it. There's a
been here very long.
Tree of Life. Well, you should know about it.
Okay.
8 years ago, I think October will be 8 years, right? It was 2018, so it'll be 7 years in October. In 2017, there was a man who went in there and killed 11 innocent people and shouted out, "All Jews must die." That's what he shouted out. And this became world news when it happened. And I started doing what I'm doing about 2 weeks after that. I was hired 2 weeks before it happened. And then after it happened, I was doing a lot of this stuff on the street. Mainly, I usually set up a tent. I have like a tent here, a canopy, and I've got like tracks, and I've got like a board here, which is called the Shalom board, where I ask people, who or what do you believe would bring true peace, true shalom into your heart? You see, I got the Shalom shirt, into your heart and into the world. So you guys can even answer that if you'd like. Like if you had to think about what would bring true peace in your heart, or shalom, you know the word shalom better maybe than them two do, but what would bring true peace, shalom, into your heart and also into the world you live in? Do you have any ideas?
Can we brainstorm?
Can you You mean you want to get together and go, okay, what do we think?
You're asking me to solve the entire world's problems on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start. But you know, I have a way I have a way that I look at life, that how I get through it. I mean, all of you have a way to get through life. Everybody here has some kind of worldview, some kind of philosophy that gets them through. So I guess in one way, you'd probably have 3 different answers if you had to think about it. Like, what do you do to get? We'll start with this guy.
You can start with you.
No, you. Well, do you want to start with him? Oh, you want me to start with the guy? I'm a lefty, so I usually go left to right.
I guess throughout my life, I just go like with the flow. Like what happens. Too.
Yeah.
That's how I get through life.
Okay, but what gives you peace in your heart then?
I guess knowing that I love myself and like I'm confident in myself and I'm confident in what I'm doing.
Okay, and what about the world?
The world. That's a tough one.
We're not doing so. I mean, you guys are all young. Are you all teenagers?
I'm 19. Yeah, we're 19. Yeah, I'm 19.
You're all 19,
Yeah.
so you're still teens.
Yeah.
So you would be considered Gen Zers.
Yes.
Because you weren't even born when one of the most amazing tragedies in this country, if not the most amazing, happened, right? 9/11, yeah, 2001. So that's pretty, to me, that's weird to think how many kids that I've talked to in my life that weren't even alive when that happened. So it's interesting. So you have no answer for the world's problems?
No,
What about you? You in the world, what do you think?
What brings peace to my heart is knowing that I decide my future. Like, and if I want something, like no matter what, it's possible to get it. You know, like you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of how hard you work. You know, so it's like you get it, you get out what you put in. And then for the world, I really don't think peace, will ever come to the world.
So really, we're gonna
cynic.
move on until we blow each other up. Is that gonna be? So peace will come when we blow each other up. Is that your answer? Final answer.
Well, I mean, I think we'll be in a, as long as we live, a sort of suspended state of, violence.
So do you think we're gonna be here for a long time?
Humans?
Well, after you're gone, you think
for
we'll
sure.
be here for a while?
Yeah.
You do, okay. But we'll never have peace.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Okay, you heard him.
I mean, no, I do. Kind
Now,
of
first
understand.
you, and then the world. I want to hear about you.
Okay,
first.
okay. Honestly, I think they're a little bit of. I would say they're a little bit of the same. I think for me, I just want everybody. Like, it's all about people for me. For me, it's all about relationships. I want people to connect, and I think that's probably.
That's good.
For me, I want to learn and see as many people's perspectives, and I want to like settle differences and learn.
Okay.
I think for me, it's just learning of other people, and I think also, if we can, I don't know if it's possible, but like for the world, I think that is the key, at least in my mind, is just connecting.
Okay.
And I think there just needs to be a way to be able to connect and settle differences and like just be able to talk things out. I mean, that's the most important thing to me.
So you're more optimistic than
Talk
them
things
two.
out.
He didn't know what
Yeah.
to say. But no, but honestly, you're optimistic that someday there'll be real peace in the
I
world.
do understand what he's saying. It's like, yeah, because it is such a hard concept to like.
Sure.
It is such an optimistic thing.
We've
to
never
say,
had
like,
it.
And I think this is the way we should go about like getting world peace. But I'm not gonna go as far to say as like that is what's gonna happen or that's what's possible.
But
But I
the
think
point
that
is, how do you
that's
think
my
we'll get
idea
it,
of
not
how
whether
we
we'll get
should.
it. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you probably believe that there's a way we could get it if everybody could get along.
Of course,
I mean,
it's like that's like the dream scenario.
but that's the
right?
problem that we
Right.
never
Yeah,
have.
of course.
And that's what's so weird. It's like, once we divided, and I guess you go back to Babel if you want to go back over 500 years ago, when people had different languages and people separated to different countries. But you see it everywhere. I see families fight.
Yeah.
I see countries fight. I see people on the street fight. So it's kind of interesting. So what kind of upbringing did you all have? Like, whether we're talking about religious or maybe an atheist, I don't know. What kind of upbringing did you have?
I grew up in a Catholic school. I went to
Catholic school?
I went to Mother of Sorrows, and then
Close to you.
yeah, it's around Marysville.
Okay.
Then I grew away from the Christian school, like Catholic school.
Okay.
I'm an atheist right now.
So you consider yourself an atheist? Now, mean, I don't know if I should get back to you or move on and then get back to you, but I'm wondering, why don't you believe there's a God?
Because I felt like I was forced into that religion, like when I grew up in that Catholic school. Like,
Yeah, but now that you're taking charge of your life, why don't you believe
I
there's a
just don't
God?
believe there's a higher power in this guy. Like,
Really?
I believe I make my own decisions.
So with all like cosmological issues, because there's all these different theories that you could look at. Cosmology is kind of like, you look at that and you go, no, you got to be kidding me. This isn't a higher intelligence. And then you look at ontological, philosophical issues. There's so many different ways to think. How could all this happen? Like moral law. Where does moral law come from? How could there be a moral law without someone who gave moral law, right? These are the kind of things I think about. So, but I would just tell you this, and I don't know if it was just the beatdown of being, forced to do Catholicism that made you think this way, or if it was an intelligent that you really used your head and say, there's no way there's a God. My dad didn't believe there was a God because he fought in World War One, and he saw so many tragedies. He said, how could there be a God with all the evil I see in the world? And my answer was him, and how do you know how God works? And how do you know where this evil comes from man? It doesn't come from God.
But God could just get rid of evil.
So, okay, so you're another one. You're also an atheist.
I am.
And what's your big reason?
Uh,
Well, no, we're going to find out what he said. Why are you an atheist?
Okay, well, there's just no proof of any God, and the
But
sort
there's
of
no proof that there isn't either. So how do you
true,
take that
but
faith
you
over
can't
the
prove there's
God?
no leprechauns. You can't prove there's no unicorns. You know?
Well, that's a little different, though.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
you can't prove anything doesn't exist. If I claim leprechauns are true, you can't prove that's wrong. It's the exact same thing for God.
I have a better chance of proving leprechauns are wrong,
Prove
though,
it to
I
me.
think. I'm not going to do it now, but I could do my
Consider
studying.
the argument.
Could you?
But when it comes to
They're exactly the
God,
same.
when it comes to God, you have to look at, because it's a much bigger question. Whether
Why?
you believe in
Why did
unicorns.
leprechauns create everything?
So you believe that maybe there was a higher intelligence called leprechauns that created
I'm saying
everything?
The chances that there are leprechauns are exactly the same as the chances there was a God. There's an
Really?
equal amount of proof for both of them.
Seriously. So
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to tell me, because I don't know the proof for leprechauns. What's the proof leprechauns exist?
Oh, there's no proof.
Oh, okay.
Just like there's no proof for God.
But there is. There's tons of
Tell me.
things. A person's, first of all, there's a lot of ways. You could do it existentially. I can say, when I look at my life existentially, I could say something changed in me when I became a believer in Yeshua, believe it or not. Yeshua is Jesus. I became a believer in that 50 years ago. I'm on my 50th year. Next bicentennial, it'll be 50 years for me. But when I look at the existential change that I couldn't explain to someone, there's a lot of miracle behind that. When I look at life in general, I mean, whether you're talking about life that a woman can carry, that a man and a woman can get together and have a baby, that's a miracle I don't understand. The fact that the Jewish people have survived when everybody wants them extinct. How many people want the Jewish people gone?
There's a fair
Many.
amount.
Quite, especially where Israel is. They're all, but not only that, you're seeing it in this country.
Sure.
There's a
but
lot of
What
anti-Semitism.
about all the people who wanted Israel gone? Their miracles didn't come true. You know, I mean,
Well, you have to see. There's tragedies in this life
sure.
that you can use as an excuse to say he doesn't exist. But I choose to see the fact that God's hand of grace is still on people,
So
on our country. Our country doesn't even deserve it, to be honest with you, and neither does Israel.
you argue that we can't understand why God is killing all these people, right? Like, it's
But when
just-
you're saying God is killing all these people,
for
what
sure.
does that mean?
well, God controls everything, right? So if
Not
somebody
prevent
dies,
it.
Okay, so you're talking about if God is totally sovereign, how could there still be evil unless he's a bad?
well, you're claiming that we just can't understand his master plan, or sorry, their master plan, its master plan? Is that what you're saying?
When it comes down to it, God is sovereign. This is
Okay.
what I believe,
Okay.
that God is sovereign.
Mhm.
He has total control of the world, but that doesn't mean that because the world is fallen, he's, in his own words, says,
Okay.
I'm going to let people go to their own devices.
Mhm.
So in other words, the biggest problem with the world, you think, is God or man?
God.
Okay, but you don't
Okay,
believe
tell
in
me
God.
this. Could God
If
snap-
you don't believe in God, how could God be the biggest
Okay,
problem?
I'm saying
in
for
the
your
world?
argument. For me, it's man, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
biology or evolution or whatever you want to call it.
But I think I agree with you. The biggest problem
But could
is.
God not change everything with the snap of his fingers?
But why would he?
Because
What do you
no
think?
one
It's
would be
Bruce
raised, no one
Almighty?
would be
You've seen
murdered.
Bruce Almighty, right?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Bruce?
No.
Bruce Almighty is a movie that. Oh God, who's the comic? Famous comic. You know who he is. Come on, man. Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty, the movie. Okay, but he's one of the great comics.
Sure.
Okay, and it was a story about exactly what you're saying. Just I don't want, like, he got lazy, so he had everybody win the lottery. He heard prayers. He just answered every prayer, and it's like that's not the way God works, but it's the way he worked. So God has a purpose for the reason that one person is healed and another person dies. I believe all of it has a purpose in the plan. But the greatest reason to believe in God, I would have to tell you, is an existential thing. Even though I could say nature is too beautiful for there not to be a creator. One of the great examples that you've probably heard before is to not believe in God is like if a hurricane went through, or a tornado went through a junkyard and out came a 747. And when you look at the world, it's like, how is it this beautiful? But I do want to I want to get to you too.
Being murdered, it's not so beautiful,
Yeah, but why is that God's fault that people get
Because
murdered?
he made everything. He chose to do it.
But
He brought.
now, let me ask you a question. What do you see? Right, the life that you live, the most important thing is the here and now. The life that a true believer lives is for the life that's after this life is over. Okay. So if I'm wrong, I'm the biggest fool in the world for spending my life.
Pascal's wager.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
But even we talking about Blaise Pascal or what? Well, you said
No.
you said
are
Pascal.
You saying, like,
Oh.
If I die and there is a God, then I'm screwed. But if you die, and
Oh,
there's
that's
no God,
Blaise Pascal said that.
yeah.
He said that. Yeah. What wrong did I do if I'm right? But if
Okay,
you're
but
wrong, everything.
If Pascal just believed in God, God knows he's only believing it for his own success.
No, that's not true. Do you know what Blaise Pascal also said? He said, we're all born with this empty hole in us. There's a song written about it. And we try to fill it with alcohol. We try to fill it with sex. We try to fill it with drugs. You can go on with a million things. You can try to fill it with your phone or video games or whatever. He says there's only one thing, and he wasn't alive when all these things were around, the media, but he said the only thing you could fill this hole in your heart with is God.
I don't have a hole.
So
I don't have to fill it with drugs or sex or any of that.
Okay, so there's nothing in your life that is what you either call an addiction or a craving that you need to get through life.
No, a lot of my life is spent, being happy with where I am now.
Okay.
And I don't have to solve that with anything.
But you don't feel any cravings. Because I hate the word addiction because it's overused. It's a misused word.
There's nothing I'm like addicted to, craving, nor is there something I'm searching for. I don't think there's some ultimate purpose. I just want to enjoy life while I have it,
So you just think you're here for whatever, 70, I'm 70 already, 70 to 90 years or less if some tragedy befalls you. And after that, you are just worm food.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go back to you, but I want to know because he's been standing there. You've had a lot of time to think about this. I want to know what you think.
What do you want to know? What? I'm also
Well, are you also an atheist?
Yeah, I'm also an atheist.
Now, do you have different reasons than him?
I would say, they both kind of summed it up pretty well. I would say. I would say I would.
Well, I'm
agree,
glad you're answering honestly.
I would agree. You kind of brought up the idea of that. It feels so weird to me that I have to have something prescribed to me, like an ideology prescribed to me. Have a moral,
Well, everybody has one. You
Right.
all have worldviews,
but
whatever
I
it is.
think my moral law should not come from a certain external. I think.
But where does it come from? Where?
I would say it's just an innate human.
How do we have this high moral law? So, in other words, are you willing? Is your moral law tell you that Hitler was wrong?
Yes.
But
Okay, but
do you believe in absolutes then?
no.
Then how can you say Hitler's wrong? Either you believe in absolutes and you could say Hitler was wrong, or you don't believe in absolutes and you can't say he was wrong because nothing's absolute. He had a good reason for what he was doing, is what he'll tell you.
Okay, but I don't think everything has to be absolute to have this opinion. And I mean, the Old Testament, they're asked to kill all the Canaanites, and now today we don't really we're not fine with murder.
It's interesting, but
And
it's
moral-
understanding
If
the
moral law
difference.
comes from the Bible, moral law has changed. I thought it was absolute.
Not exactly. This is the way I look at it. There was purposes for. It's like if you have a cancer in you.
Sure.
Okay.
God gave me that cancer. Okay.
Okay. We're not talking about that part.
Okay.
If you have a cancer in you, what do you want to do? You want to have it removed.
Sure.
Okay. When you look at the evil that, if you read, I mean, I don't know how much you study the Bible, if you grew up studying it. Okay. But if you study the Bible, there's a tremendous amount of evil. And it's something that I have to deal with when I hear that there were certain
Why do you have to deal with it? Why can't God?
I mean, why do I have to deal with it?
Why can't God make it
Because I
better?
believe in God.
Why
And
can't God
God,
operate?
because God doesn't operate that way.
Why not?
Because
He's
God,
absolutely
no,
Absolutely powerful.
a sovereign God cannot make your decisions for you.
But if he knows the future, he already knows the decision I'll make.
That has nothing. That's a whole different story. Knowing what you're going to do doesn't mean He's going to stop what you're going to do.
He can't stop if it's already going to happen. Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue with your
No, but it's true. Do you believe if God? See, if there was a God,
Sure.
I believe He could stop things.
Oh,
But there's a
so what do you have to
reason.
do anything?
There's a reason He doesn't, and there's times where He does. So to you, it seems like ramble. It's very random,
Mhm.
but there's a purpose for everything.
I think that's just an excuse, to be honest. I think it's us trying to explain the inexplainable. Like,
Really?
yeah, how are you to say what I interpret
So
as
how
God's
did-
will, I can interpret, but stuff I can't interpret,
Okay.
that's all magical, and I can't understand.
Let's hear something else then.
Okay.
What do you all believe? You can go one at a time. How do you believe we got here? How did this end up like this?
My free will, my decision to come.
No, but everything. I'm talking about. You're here.
Yeah.
There's thousands of species of animals here. There's technology. How did all of this happen?
Evolution.
Okay. That explains everything you see, evolution. How many years would it take for that to happen?
Well, it takes billion years, like the Big Bang Theory.
Billions. So there's a time on it then. You believe the same thing, that it just
Yeah, just like, something had to start God, I mean, something had to start the universe.
okay. But nothing started God. That's what I'm going to tell you. He was the uncreated one.
So he waited for like billions of years to create humans?
I don't know about time. Time, he's outside of time. We live in a linear time. You feel the minutes, you feel the second, you feel the months, even though I can tell you something. 70 years went by a lot quicker than you would think 70 years goes by. Before you know it, you'll be sitting here trying to convince someone.
We'll see.
But
I'm really sorry. We do have to leave.
oh no, you guys are great. I mean it. I
I'd
really
love
mean
to
it.
get your YouTube channel.
Sure, let
in
me.
case this ever goes
I'll give
anywhere.
you. I'm gonna. Yeah, let's see. We have.
I enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very.
Yeah, there's a lot more we could talk about. Just so you know.
Of course. It's important to connect, as I said.
But I would definitely tell you guys that don't ever stop learning. And when I say learn, I mean about the heaviest things in the world. See, if the heaviest thing to you is who's the girl I'm going to find in my life, or what's the next high I'm going to get, and I'm not saying that's what you think, but a lot of people, that's what their life is based on, very shallow things. You want to base your life on deep, deep thought, and something. This, like I said, it could have went a lot different or deeper than it has gone, but I would say never stop searching for truth. Truth is out there, man. Okay, and as a Jew, now do you still consider yourself Jewish though?
Not by practice, no.
Okay, but by ethnicity,
Yes.
you consider yourself Jewish, and your parents are both Jewish.
No. Just my mom.
Just mom, which makes you Jewish, which means you can have Aliyah. You know what that is, right?
Yeah,
You can go and you can be a citizen there, which I'm trying to do
going on my
myself.
birthday, hopefully.
Really?
Hopefully, yeah.
I think walking in the same spots that Jesus walked might change your life.
What about like Spider-Man in New York? Like that's the same spot as the same,
I don't think you'll see Spider-Man.
I don't think I'll see Jesus. All right.
Well,
Thank you guys very
hey,
much.
God bless you guys. I'm going to pray for you guys. Wait, I got to get the names again. Brandon,
Nate.
Nate,
And Henry.
Brandon, Nate,
Nice to meet you.
Henry,
Nice to meet you.
Mitch. All right, you have my card. Give them a call and I'll send that stuff to you.